Nice to see you all. Thank you. Okay, so let's get rid of that as well, and let's stick that there as well. No, let's see that there. Okay, so right, guys, without further ado, let's get on with this. So, we're trying to get quicker and quicker at this presentation, so we're going to see how quickly we can get this in. Okay. So, first of all, I'm just going to introduce myself. My name is Mo Rahman. I'm a representative of the UK Local Leadership Council, and I'm a consultant in this company. I'm a Master Property graduate. I also do, I'm doing the Marathon 260 training at the moment as well. And I am an international speaker, private investor and entrepreneur in this company. I come from a very normal background. I'm a graduate. I graduated in physics. I had a data analyst profession in the UK public sector. I realized that it wasn't going to make me rich. And I certainly realized that I was being duped out of my pension. So I realized I really wanted to learn to get wealthy and to start thinking about that. And hence, I've been doing a lot of wealth training since 2017. Witnessed many miracles in my life, and I've even written my own book called Powered by the Universe. So I'm going to take you through the disclaimer now, I think. Yes. So please note, we do not sell, nor do we have a license to sell shares or tokens. All countries have their own rules for the sale of financial products, and we comply with the laws of every country. Most countries do allow for the sale of information products without special license. We offer the opportunity to participate in wealth building training, which provides the fundamental principles upon which wealth is created and maintained. We do not provide financial or investment consultations. Please do your own due diligence or request confirmation from a licensed accountant or financial advisor in your area for compliance with the requirements in your state or country. Okay, so I hope that that is all clear. And without further ado, let's get on with the actual presentation. So in this presentation, it's going to be structured in 4 parts. I'll be talking about the first 2 parts, which is basically investment thinking and the VIP club of the private investor. And then I will hand over to my amazing colleague, Jacqueline Burrows, for the second part, which will be, well, for parts 3 and parts 4, which will be multi-level crowd investing and the new economic evolution of the world. And then later on today, we'll then hand over to Blaze, who will take you through the first steps in creating the business. Okay, so let's go into this. And well done, guys, for being here again. And thank you so much for your attendance. I hope that you keep learning something new. And I hope that you're watching some of the other presentations in the company as well. There's lots of exciting stuff happening. So basically, what are we? We are a global online portal with 9 years of expertise. There's over 1.4 million people users in our company right now from over 175 countries worldwide. We have teachers within our company that have up to 23 years experience in actually investing and finance, and we do practical studies in areas of finance, investment and personal growth, and there's loads of real case studies to learn from as well. So I'm going to tell you some of those case studies, maybe one coming up. So welcome, Sisse, nice to see you again as well. So investment thinking. So put RK in the chat if you know Robert Kiyosaki, or if you know of his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Many people have heard of his book, but they don't necessarily know the man himself. But basically, he talked about how there's different people work on different parts of their lives. So mostly 90% of people are on the left-hand side of this quadrant. Okay, So they're either employees, which is the top left, or they are self-employed, which is the bottom left, the entrepreneur. So what we're taught in life is to go to work, get a job, pay taxes, get a mortgage, pay a pension, retire. Okay? And the harder that you work, even if you might be a doctor, or you might be a chartered engineer, or you might be a lawyer, but if basically you just have a salary in a job, right? And you know, especially if you're in one of those more prestigious professions, then you get the pleasure of paying even more tax. Okay? And then if you get bored of being an employee, you might think, well, I'm going to freelance, I'll do it myself. But now you've got to do all of your own admin, you've got to advertise for your own services and all of that kind of stuff. You've got a hell of a lot more work to do. You thought you were going to own a business, but actually you wound up with a business that owns you. Okay, so you're self-employed, and not only are you paying rates, I mean, you're paying more rates now, you're paying more taxes now, because now you've got business taxes to deal with, as well as the tax on the salary that you take out. Okay, so Robert Kiyosaki, he calls people on this side of the quadrant losers. Okay, and truthfully, I was very much on this side of the quadrant for most of my life, because I know where I want to be. And don't worry about it if you are still on this side of the quadrant. The point is that if you are not aware that this quadrant, this cash flow quadrant exists, and you're on this side of the quadrant, you're a loser. If you're on this side of the quadrant, but you know this exists, and you know you want to be on the right-hand side, then you're no longer of a loser mentality. You're now taking your first steps to winning the game. Okay? And he even made his own game, by the way, which is really cool. So instead of having a business owning you, you could be like Richard Branson. Did you know that Richard Branson has about 300 businesses that bear his name? So do you think that Richard Branson spends a whole year on each business every year? Of course he doesn't. There's not enough days in the year to spend a whole year on each of 300 businesses. He probably spends like 1 day a year on his business. And that's because instead of being self-employed, where the business owns him and he can't take a holiday, and the business falls over, instead he has a team of directors and business people and CEOs and whatever that actually run the company for him. He only has to coach them 1 day a year, and the business itself runs for him, and it's very much a passive deal for him now. It just bears his name. Okay, so type of B, if you want to be a B, if you want to be a businessman, right, and have a business that you own that works for you. Okay, and that goes for you on Facebook as well. Please type a B in the chat. So the fourth quadrant here is the investor. Hello, Fusi. The investor. So the investor, when you have so much business income that comes in from your businesses, then there's a way that you don't pay tax as long as you keep it in the business. And what you can do is you can then start investing that, and you can start investing that into things that are going to create passive income and generate more passive income for you. So now you've got this whole side working for you, and it's all just generating income, and the whole thing grows and grows and grows. And actually, you'll probably wind up just paying less taxes than if you're on this side, because on this side you're employing so many people that are paying all of the taxes. Okay, so can you see how people that are on the BNI side are actually winning the game? And by the way, you know, tax laws are basically written for these people to be able to win the game. It's just that these people understand the tax laws, and they work in teams. They have advisors, they have lawyers, they have tax accountants, they have people that have expertise that they can afford, who basically understand what those tax laws of the game are. Because it's all rules. And these guys on this side, if you are on this side, it's just that you don't understand the game. Okay? I hope this is making sense. Type a Y if that's making sense. Okay, so next. So this is a map of the world, and it basically shows you insights from the Standard & Poor's ratings service, where they did a global financial literacy survey. And what you can see is that the countries that we call the West, so places like Europe, Scandinavia, Northern America and Australia, and Singapore and Malaysia, right? These are places that generally have quite a high percentage of adults who are financially literate, okay? They understand the stuff that I've just told you about, you know, having businesses and how to grow investing wealth, okay? Everywhere else that is orange or grey, they don't have very many people at all who understand financial literacy and how to grow wealth. And that includes, by the way, places like India and China, who are emerging economies that are doing really, really well in their economies, but the percentage of adults that really, really, truly understand, well, guess what? There's not that many of them. So most of them are just happy to have a job, and they think they have cash flow, and that's what makes them rich. So you can come back next week and understand what the difference is between the financial flows of people that are blue and highly financially literate, and on the right hand side there, and the people who are more orange and on the left hand side of that quadrant. Okay, so the world has a problem. Okay, there's a lot of money that's floating around the world and not enough people that understand how to grow it. Okay, and we have a solution. So our solution basically involves personal growth, investment courses, and business education. We basically offer training courses that are aimed at self-development, goal setting and planning, and improving financial literacy, formation of investment thinking, learning different business building methods and strategies. So, as I said, we have many case studies within this company, and I'm just going to read one to you. So let's talk about this person. So Abdul Aziz Al Kafri, originally from Rustak, Oman, living in Muscat, which is the capital of Oman. He has an engineering degree in electrical engineering from the College of Technology from Oman. He worked as an electrician after graduation from the college. He was doing some electrical works in some houses, villas and buildings as well. And he started his small company in 2010 and started expanding his business. And in 2016, he lost all of the business that he established over years and went bankrupt. Wow, so he went bankrupt after building up his business. And a few months later, he learned about the Academy of the Private Investor and the vision of the Academy, which Jacqueline will tell you about later, our new economic evolution of the world. Type NEEW if you love the philosophy of our company. NEEW. So Abdulaziz, he started his research about what our company does and decided to join after really doing his due diligence. Always do your due diligence. He began educating himself from the online courses. So he did the education because it's the most important part. And the financial education helped him to get out of his financial troubles that he faced. He became an entrepreneur, a private investor, and a trainer in just 2 years. And you too can become like Abdulaziz and develop your own financial education and your own financial skills. Okay, you can build a business and you can become a speaker in this company, and you can help spread the word of this amazing new economic evolution of the world, the philosophy that underpins our company. Okay, so let me tell you about the VIP club. So how many of you like to be a VIP? Okay, you like to have the perks of, I don't know, getting your card delivered to you when you get to the airport, sitting in business class, getting all the perks of business class, getting the lounge at the train station, and getting all the cakes and the, oh yeah, you know, we all want to be a VIP. Okay, so we have our own VIP club in the Academy of the Private Investor. So in our VIP club, you get to join the elite within the company. But what we truly offer that is amazing is you get discounts on our products, up to 75%. You'll get exclusive offers, and you get access to our CryptoUnit program. And by the way, you only get access to this for the next few weeks because we've got some big plans. After the next few weeks, you'll get access to other bonuses, but right now you get access to our CryptoUnit. And if you are here and you are new and you are watching this, then you will know that our CryptoUnit is something you want to find out about. So we offer additional income streams in the VIP club, and you also get to participate in closed monthly meetings. Some of the meetings are really, really exciting, especially when you understand what is behind our CryptoUnit. Now, think about this. So remember, we are an education company, and what we teach is financial literacy. And think about this. How much do you spend on a university education? How much do you spend on a university education these days? I think you could spend up to sort of like, I don't know, $40,000, $60,000 on a medical degree or something, which basically gets you a job on the left-hand side of that quadrant. Okay, you earn a huge amount of cash flow for sure. Okay, but if you don't know what to do with it and how to invest with it, you basically tend to stay there. Okay, you just stay in this place of having a job. Maybe you become self-employed as a consultant, but now you're paying even more tax. So what is education that brings you onto the right-hand side? What is that worth to you? And actually, maybe you would spend as much on your financial education as you would on your degree. Okay, so as you can see, we have lots of different standards of package. So we've got beginner all the way through to higher education. The more that you invest in your education, obviously the more lessons you get. So these are the discounts. Now, as a beginner, you might be paying $200. You could be paying anywhere from $200 to $12,725 for your education. But if you join us in the VIP club, you get a huge discount. You get 75% on the beginner package, or you get basically like about 20% off on this higher education package. Okay, so I hope this feels good to you. Think about what package you want. And what sits behind our VIP club and the the EIP, the education package that you get. You also get a bonus. It's our crypto unit. Now, our crypto unit is actually, it's a share of our portfolio, our global portfolio, okay? It's an innovative training program that opens the door for anyone to learn and become a co-owner of the Crew global portfolio, even with minimal resources. So, as you've seen on the previous slide, you could get into this for $50, okay? So minimal resources, but there's a reason why you want to get the higher packages, okay? Our crypto unit program, if you've heard of it, we started in March 2019. It's been extremely successful and it is going really, really strong. And for the next 2 or 3 weeks, it's available this way as a bonus for investing in your financial literacy education with us. But after that, you'll only be able to get it through public channels. But it ain't public now. That's the whole point. So there'll be a massive transition coming up. So what does it actually include within the crypto unit program? So the crypto unit program is basically shares in our global portfolio. And as you can see, we have a huge amount of different sectors that we want to get into. And you can see how diversified these sectors are. Everything from education to science to culture to precious metals to cryptocurrencies to stocks to banking to health and longevity to real estate to innovative transport and innovative developments and so on and so forth, to space, okay, and insurance. So diversified, okay. Type a D in the chat if you can see that that is diversified, okay. And this is our strategy, is we're basically getting into a lot of relevant and diverse sectors in this that are going to be relevant for the future. So some of the companies, I'm terribly sorry, Pascal, but I can't actually answer your question because we've got to press on. If there's time afterwards, I'll answer your question, but maybe type it in the chat, okay? These are some of our companies. We've actually got like probably about 60 different things in our portfolio, but we've got our own chain of fast food restaurants, Sushi Master. We've got 5 gold mines. So we've been doing really amazingly this year. We have 2 movie companies. We have one that's in India, and we have one that caters for the Chinese market as well. And so that is each an audience of 1 billion people at least in each. And we have this amazing basalt technology as well. So various IPOs in things, if you know what an IPO is, an initial public offering, that is. But so we're funding technology firms, we're funding all the stuff that I've shown you in the previous slide. So what does the crypto unit program provide? It provides co-ownership of the Crew global portfolio. It provides a monthly loyalty program bonus, the opportunity to receive a profit bonus, which is basically dividends from the crypto unit, but it's called a profit bonus. It is regulated and transparent financing. The crypto unit value growth is the capitalization is gonna be huge when you understand how the thing is actually gonna grow. And basically the portfolio itself, the assets, so possibility of circulation of Crew in the global merchandising, the assets that lie within our global portfolio, the global portfolio itself can only grow because of the way that we are growing it. And the whole point of this is that it proves that our education actually works, okay? And what better way to prove it than to put it into practice, and we all make passive income out of it. So does that sound good? Type good in the chat if that sounds good, okay? So this is what you do. Step 1, make a free registration. So go back to the person that referred you, get their link and register. It is free, okay? It's free to register. You're not parting with any money. And actually also you get, I think you get 150 tokens as a bonus just for signing up, okay, right now. So get those. Is it 100 or is it 150? I don't know. Maybe, I think it's 150. Might be 100 though. But anyway, for free, you get 100 of our CryptoUnit tokens. That's awesome. Step 2, become a member of the VIP club. Well, at that point, you receive the bonuses. That bit costs maybe $10 when you first enter, just so you know. It's cheap, okay? Choose the right EIP for you. And by the way, you can always buy another EIP in future, but maybe you want to get as many of the bonus crypto units as you can, and you can lock that in right now. You can lock that in right now, and you can pay over 10 months. So we have payment plans. So inquire with the person that is bringing you to this webinar. And then step 4, just take actions and go for it. Okay. So that's your 4-step process. And now I have the pleasure to introduce my colleague that I've known since like the end of December last year, who is really amazing. She's such a bubbly character, so chilled out, and just a really, really lovely personality. And she's multi-talented. She's done so many things in her life, and I'm really, really glad to know her. So Jacqueline, please take the stage. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Mo. Thank you so much. Everybody just put a Y in the chat for me if you really understood and enjoyed what Mo just did for you. And it was really good. Thank you, Mo. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. Right. Floor is mine. Here we go. My name's Jacqueline Burrows. Just a brief introduction about myself. Really great to have you all here this evening. I'm a representative of the UK Local Leadership Council and part of the new Consumer Community Partner Programme as a consultant. I'm also a Master Profi graduate, 3 days of intensive learning about how I should make my money work, and understanding about money and investment. It's quite an eye-opener, and it's a lot to take in actually in those few days. You sort of go away thinking, oh my goodness, what's just happened there. Speaker, private investor, an entrepreneur, qualified teacher and nurse. I've done alternative medicine. I have an interest in natural health, reflexology and complementary therapists, and I look at other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum. I just really came into our fabulous organization via innovative transport technology. It was a different arm that was around a couple of years ago. And so I like sci-fi, and that caught me, just the technology and how we're going to design different types of transport. And through that, we developed into this new economic evolution of the world, which was even more amazing for me, is all to do with the future of currency and crew and cryptocurrency. And I thought, my gosh, well, I better get involved, because if this is part of the future, it's better to know and to be aware of what is happening than to not know. And it's been quite an amazing journey for myself, because I wasn't really aware of the sort of things we should do as investors and how we should be saving 10% of our income every month. And I know if I talk to a lot of people, they may have their money, they're living from check to check. I used to hear people saying, I've already spent my next paycheck. So I know they weren't saving 10% every month. And it's a discipline. It doesn't happen overnight. It's something we have to work on. I have to work on, and just put that money aside and not look for it. And then when it builds up, use it for something that will be for your future. So this is something we try to impress, and we're trying to teach and trying to bring to the world, as Mo mentioned in the survey. So many people are not financially literate, and they're not financially literate for the right reasons. It's all for the wrong reasons. We all know about inflation and interest rates are going up, but we don't actually know how we can make our money work for us. And in this day and age, the way things are going, we know things are not good for a lot of people at the moment. A lot of people are hurting. it's really good to actually step back and actually understand how we have to make our money work. So I'm on that journey with everybody else and with like-minded people who are taking this journey as well. So do join us and come and learn. So do you want to earn by learning right now? This is what we would like to do with you. So multi-level crowd investing. As you know, any business would have their own business model, and that's what you would work on to operate your business. So we have our own platform. We're no different, but we call ours multi-level crowd investing. So ours is a combination of multi-level marketing and investment business. And in that way, we are quite unique. And we're the first organization to develop and bring the synergy, bring the two together and to bring these amazing sort of benefits for you. So I'll just go through the list here and you'll see what I mean. So multi-level business. Yes, you have accessible training. You can have it at home. You can develop your own home business with multi-level business. You're your own director, your own employee. You can work online, unlimited revenue. It's international because today people are using social media and developing their business through different mediums. You don't just have to go down the road, just be local. That's the beauty of that sort of business. And it's fast realization of your dreams. So if you're dealing on an international level, then the scope is bigger and more diverse for you to develop your future financial dreams and plans and realization of those dreams. And you have the opportunity to earn millions in 20 to 60 months. But with that type of business, now we involve the investment business. So now you get the best of both worlds. So the investment business would include investment consulting training, investment instruments, and co-ownership. Now, just to say, co-ownership, over on the left-hand side, we said you're your own employee and your own director, unlimited revenue. But in the multi-level business on its own, MLM, you'll find you can make lots of money and you can set your own targets, but you will not own the organization. So we'll talk a bit more about that. Opportunity to increase your capital quickly in the investment business. There's asset management and the opportunity to create assets of $1 million in 24 to 60 months. And it's the prestige of having this type of synergy that we work on and we have as an organization, the multi-level crowd investing. Thank you, Mo. But let's talk about our achievements since 2014, which has been quite phenomenal for a company who's just started those few years ago. I mean, you say 6 years, but in business, a lot of companies, those big multinational companies that you hear about, they've been going a lot longer than 5 to 6 years to actually achieve the success that they have. These things take time and a lot of dedication and passion and commitment, which our CEO has plenty of by the bucket loads, I can assure you. He never stops. And we have to try and keep up with him because the dreams and the visions he has to push this organization forward into the future for a sustainable future for us all. So we have over 1.4 million partners worldwide. We have business operating in 175 plus countries. We have 71 achievers in rank president. Now, I don't know about you, but I've worked in corporate organizations and I know I have never come across a company that has, well, I don't know about 10 presidents, let alone 71 plus. So anybody, it doesn't matter which walk of life you come from or where you are, there's no determination that you come in as a CEO from somewhere else or as a managing director from somewhere else. You come in on whatever level and you can aspire to be a president and say, I'm a president of this company that I'm in, which is an amazing thing to be able to say. We speak more than 11 languages. We're multilingual, and we have more than 98 million units, that's equivalent to dollars, paid out to the network as bonuses. And Mo mentioned about the loyalty bonuses and profit bonuses earlier on. And we've achieved more than 1.4 million registrations in over 5 years. I would say that's pretty good going for our organization, considering how the climate is with the businesses today. We are actually saying that we are growing rather than regressing. So that's a really amazing thing for us to be able to say. Next slide, please, Mo. So we have stories of success where we would have if we've got 71 plus presidents and we're growing at that rate and over 1.4 million people. So we have quite a gallery here of many stories of success. We have here Elena, who I know, Annette, Marshall, Neil, who I've listened to speak many times, Rita, based in Australia, she's an amazing lady, Giovanni, Emmanuel Baroni, they're all very impressive speakers, and they've earned their stripes to be here. They all have their stories, where they were before and where they've come to. And I'd like to just read you, probably, if I can get Marshall's story up here, I'll just see if I can pull it up. Let's see if I can get Marshall's story up here. Okay, I'll just read you Marshall's story. So let me share the story of Marshall Niyonzima. He was originally from Burundi, living in the UK, and he's the gentleman you can see on the gallery in the picture there, London. He graduated in 2012 with a master's degree in computer science and worked as a project manager in one of the big logistic companies in the UK. In 2016, the company offered voluntary redundancy and he accepted it. Then a year later, he discovered, now some people might say, oh, I've been made redundant. It's really the worst thing that could happen to me. And some people can see it as an opportunity to actually relaunch and do something. I suppose it's how you look at it. There's always in a cloud, a silver lining. It's just how you can make that work for you if it happens. So Marshall, a year later, he discovered network marketing and was very excited. However, due to lack of knowledge in the field, he ended up losing a lot of money through scams. In 2017, he discovered the Academy of Private Investor, but did not pay attention to it and the education offered until losing a lot of money. And that's when he decided that he needed to educate himself. So he became a student of the Academy, and realizing the power of the information received, he decided to be an active partner and share this with the entire world. Today, Marshall is a member of the Leadership Council, certified coach, international speaker, and he has built a global business while working from home and achieved his financial independence just in 3 years' time. And I've spoken to Marshall many times. He's an amazing guy, and I really take my hat off to him because that's his true story. And he's still helping people, and he's really passionate about what he does and helping people. So that's a story, and any of you could have a story like that, but that's what we like to talk about. Next slide, please, Mo. And here we have even more stories and more success. So I'll actually just go back for me, please, Mo. There's so many people we could talk about those, but I'll give you one more actually. I'll give you another one here. This gentleman in one of our slides here is called Harun. And Harun is another amazing guy who's got another amazing story. So I'll just tell you a bit about Harun. Harun, he's born in Malaysia, different part of the world now, raised in Australia, acquired his private pilot license at the age of 17. Well done, Harun, that's amazing to do that. Continued higher studies on artificial intelligence and business. And this is where Harun talks to us a lot about AI, and he's really passionate about that, and so is very knowledgeable. He also used to lecture first-year engineering before he came into this journey. Despite many offers in key government departments on specialist positions, he was never satisfied with the common man lifestyle. His father, being a visionary, was always there and coached on how a person's life could be enhanced when they start taking charge of their own life. Started off as a father-son team in NEEW early in 2017, learning in the Academy of Private Investor and delivering the vision to many individuals in less than 3 years. He achieved tremendous height in the business. So there you go. And in this business, he was breaking out of the ordinary as a Leadership Council member, investment council member, and an international speaker. He continues to inspire individuals. He inspires me. Oh, and yeah, he put on his notes that he's still single. So if anybody's interested, he's still single. I just put that in because he's put that in his write-up. So imagine, he's a very good catch. Next slide, please, Mo. So going back to what we do and the advantages of the MLCI business. So you have a business from home. You can be your own boss. Start your own international business from scratch. Unlimited earnings potential. And I'd like to say, when I was talking before about when you have the MLM and we're talking about the MLCI, being a co-owner. When you're working for MLM, you work, you get your money, your commissions, but you never own any part of the company. But with us, you're a co-owner, which is a really empowering thing to actually know that you're a co-owner. So whatever you're doing and whatever you're contributing, you actually co-own. So therefore you have a real personal interest and investment in the business. There are multiple income streams. We're developing income streams all the time. And when you're in the VIP club, all these will become apparent to you. We have the unique business model and we have massive leverage across the entire network. Next slide, please, Mo. So how to become a part of this amazing project? As Mo said before, it's quite straightforward. You register. So you go back to the person who invited you here today and find out how you register. You fill in the form and then become part of the organization. And we ask for verification. We need to know KYC, know your customer. We need to know that the person we're dealing with is the person, because we want to be seen as legit and transparent. So you need to fill in details that will verify you as a human being, really, and that you actually exist. Participate. We've got the money sign, but that means get involved. You know, try and become a member of the VIP club. Look at the EIPs, see which one you think will be suitable to you, which suits your pocket. We have, as Mo said, installment packages where you can decide to break it down. We cater for, you know, if it's a very small budget, so you can work your way up. But the best thing is to actually participate and try to get involved and choose something. And then implement, actually take action and actually start to read the material, start to see if you can put it into action in your life. And even if it's one, you take one and you work with that and then see the results and review and go back to your community and your like-minded people who you joined up with and discuss it. We're always happy to talk about what you're finding, what you're achieving, any issues you have. We have lots of different platforms that you can discuss and see that there is a global community out there and be involved. Next slide, please, Mary. We also give presents for our Academy of Private Investors. This is always ongoing. Our CEO likes to make sure that we always have different surprises and presents, and we have bonus crew points when you become a member of the VIP club. And then we have our training, which is today, Tuesday. We alternate with multi-level crowd investing and also our 8 rules of the private investor. And we have other trainings on Wednesday evenings and Thursdays, 7 o'clock the same time. So do get involved and decide which one you would like to take part in. Next slide, please, Mo. Wow, 28th of August, 2020. I can't believe it. The summer's saying goodbye to us already. We only just started in January, and now we're on the 28th of August, coming quickly around the corner. Golden Friday, beautiful picture. And we have these Golden Fridays, and they're really amazing. And this is a chance for you to get huge discounts on the EIP packages. Look, minus 20%, minus 25, minus 30%. I mean, I love discounts. I don't know. Put D in the chat, those who like discounts, because whatever it is, I love a discount. It's great to have a discount. Because a discount's nice. It just makes you feel, yeah, exactly. It's thanks for your response. Wonderful. You see the word discount, it makes you think, oh, what are they discounting? What can I get? Because you feel like you're getting a bargain, that's something that's really worth, and someone else has had to pay the top money and you're getting the same value. I must add, the value does not decrease. It is a discount on a genuine value on an EIP. So I think it's worth it. So have a look at the discounts and see what you'd like and go for it. Next slide, please, Mo. So we've been talking about our new economic evolution in the world, and we're a huge global organization, and we're in many countries, many languages, lots of people joining us, and we're on a mission to try and keep people financially literate, at least 15% of the world population. That's a real goal to hit, and we want to keep on that direction. We're a juggernaut coming through, and I think the world needs it. So I think people will find that it's going to be of value. So our mission is new economic evolution of the world. We're evolving into this new mission, and this is about global distribution of wealth. And we talked about Robert Kiyosaki in the quadrant. He really does care about this. And so that's why we use this quadrant, because it really explains it quite well, that the global distribution of the wealth is not globally distributed. And that's what our mission is, to try and do this so that it can provide more security and protection. Help others, which is what you'll be able to do if you, once you're sorted and you know your family is secure and safe, you can actually reach out to others and help. And that gives you that power to be able to do that and to help bring prosperity and happiness to all of us and realization of our dreams. Together, we can achieve more, and that's what we would like to do in our mission. Next slide, please, Mo. Yes, well, I feel like jumping up. I don't know about you. Woo! Great, 3 pillars of new. Look at that. Wonderful, after what we've talked about. So it's like a jigsaw, synergy coming together. So these are 3 pillars. We have the education, our lovely picture of the books there. We stress on that. I know we've talked about it, but it is quite key. In order to achieve that shift, we have to be educated. If most of you go to university, you want to be a lawyer or you want to do about engineering, you have to educate. And while we're alive and we're breathing, we always have to learn. It's just part of what we do and who we are. We always have to be open to learning. That's how we evolve and how we move and, actually accept new challenges in life. Co-ownership, we have our portfolio there. So with education, and we give you co-ownership. And then look at that, we give you business as well. So that's our 3 amazing pillars. So you can do the education and co-ownership, but if you'd like to have a business and have a change in life, you can do the business as well. Thank you, Mo. So once again, we have another gallery, and this gallery is our Presidential Council. Amazing group of people. They have worked their way from the level they came in, and we all worked our way up to different levels. And these people have worked extremely hard to get to the Presidential Council. They have huge followings. I remember I met Petru Alba a couple of years ago in Belarus. And at that age, 2 years ago, he had 19,000 people in his downline. I was like, wow, that sounds amazing, isn't it? 19,000 people. So these our business partners here are extremely knowledgeable. They have given this business their full and their all, and that is why they're in the Presidential Council. So we have Petru Mila. She's a chairperson of the Presidential Council of the UK, and Petru Moldova, and you have Dragos there, Italy, Andrew in Australia. Armand has an amazing story as well. They've all got amazing stories. He was a luggage porter. He was working here in London, hurt his back, and realized when you hurt your back and you can't go to work, what happens to that check? And so this business has really launched him. Zamila from Kazakhstan, and we have Harry, he's a great guy as well, and Lydia and Cam. And heading it all is Andre, our CEO, the visionary, and the reason we're all here. So thank you, Andre, for putting your vision out there and sharing it, because if you didn't share it, we wouldn't be here today, and we wouldn't be here talking to you, and we wouldn't be achieving the success that we're going to achieve as an organization. Next slide, please, Mo. So, what will be your decision? I'm sure there are many going around in your head, and you're thinking, oh, I might think about it tomorrow, and I'm not sure, and oh. But remember, the world doesn't stop still, and the world is moving, and there's probably more sad news to come. And we have to remember, it's not the time to have one source of income anymore. It's not a luxury to be thinking, well, I just got my job and I'll be all right. I think now, today is the time. I mean, the writing's on the wall screaming at us that we need to have multiple sources of income. So whatever your decision will be, please remember that you need to look at your plan B if your plan A isn't working, and secure yourself and try and get that umbrella up and open and wide so it can weather any storm that is coming, because we have storms ahead that are coming. So you can leave everything as it is then, or get financial and investment education, multiple sources of passive income, be part of a like-minded community, because you need to be with people who are like-minded, because if you're with people who say, oh, don't bother with that, oh, let's just sit back, the government will help us out, I'm sure they will, you're going to feel like, oh, let's just give it up. But if you're with like-minded people who are encouraging you, who are supporting you and saying, yes, we're going to have ups and downs, but this is where we're going to get there together, that will give you the the sort of push you need to keep, and you will get there, because we've got the success stories of people who have got there, but they have been through their ups and downs. And the ability to create assets. Remember, the rich have assets. And if we want to be in the flow of the rich, we do need to have assets that create that income for us to have that financial freedom, rather than having a bag load of liabilities. And an opportunity to leave a legacy. You know what I mean when I say a legacy? That you can leave something for a dear one, whether it be for your close siblings, whether it be for your children, your grandchildren. You can pass this over to them to actually give them that lift up in life, and that step up that you may not have had, or you may have had, but you want to give them an even bigger step up in life. Or even it might not be for your loved ones, it might be for an organization that you care very dearly about, or some charity. But whatever it is, you have this opportunity to leave that legacy, and your memory will live through that legacy. And I think that's extremely powerful, to be able to do something like that for somebody or someone. Thank you, Mo. So, Mo, your picture's come up. Oh yeah, we know that guy, Mo. So, right, so I'm going to finish there. And thank you so much for your time and for listening. I hope what I said made sense. And then we're going to pass over the floor soon to my colleague, Blaise. Before we do, I just want to check with Mo if he wants to add anything onto what we've discussed, or if anybody's got any questions, they can put it in the chat for us. That would be great.
So well, yeah, so as Jacqueline says, please ask questions in the chat. We've got a few minutes before we start with the next part of the training. And certainly, please put a round of 8s in the chat for Jacqueline. That was an amazing presentation, Jacqueline, thank you. So please put a bunch of 8s in the chat for Jacqueline, just to recognize her energy. That'd be amazing. And also please put a bunch of 8s in the chat to recognize your own energy for still being here. Blaise and Jacqueline, you can also put 8s in the chat as well. Thank you so much for being here, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, I think Pascal, you had your hand up earlier, so I don't know if you have a question. So if you do have a question, yep, you still have your hand up. So if you do have a question, please do type it in the chat, and we'll see if we can answer that. Yeah, guys, I mean, if there are no questions, then we'll just give Pascal just another